Listen carefully. Not every danger comes with claws or fire. Once you hear them, you never want to leave. This is the story of Odysseus and the Sirens. The sea has always tested those who cross it, not only with storms, but with silence. Odysseus, king of Ithaca, was not strongest by heroes. He survived not by force, but by mind, by knowing when to fight and when to restrain himself. After the fall of Troy, his journey home was long, and every mile carried a lesson the gods had prepared. Somewhere beyond the edge of the familiar waters that they waited, the Sirens. They were not beasts of violence. They did not chase their victim, but they simply sang. Their voice carried memories that no blade would offer. Knowledge, remembrance, truth. They sang of who you were, who you had been, and who you could become. If you only listened a little longer. Every sailor believed he was different. Every sailor believed he could hear the song and still sail away. But none ever did. When the sorceress Circe warned Odysseus, she did not speak of courage. She spoke of honesty. You cannot resist them, she said. No man can. So Odysseus made a choice few heroes dare to make. He admitted his weakness before it could destroy him. He ordered his crew to seal their ears with wax, and for himself he asked to be tied to the mast, not because he trusted his strength, but because he understood desire. As the ships crossed past the Sirens' shore, the sea fell quiet, and then the song began. They sang his name. They sang of Troy, of victory and loss, of a home that still remembered him. Odysseus wept. He screamed. He begged to be released. But the ropes held on, and the ship moved on. When the song faded, there was no celebration, only silence. Because resisting temptation does not feel like triumph. It feels like mourning for the dream that you almost chose. The Sirens were left behind, but their lesson remained. The greatest dangers do not force us; they invite us. And wisdom is not ever listening; it is knowing when to bind yourself so you can survive the song. Did you guys know that this was actually taken from a part between when he was actually going home to Ithaca with his men who survived the war of Troy? The journey to Odysseus' homeland to Ithaca was not very easy because he had killed Polyphemus, the Cyclops, which was Poseidon's son. And well, let's just say he got on Poseidon's bad side, and that was why during the journey to Ithaca, the journey back home was not very easy, and all of his men died. And after 20 years, he saw suitors feasting on his treasures just because they believed he was dead after 20 years. My personal opinion, I think you guys should have been loyal to your king and wait for his return. 20 years and he still has not returned. Don't you think that his fellow partners of the war would inform them that Odysseus had died? And then in the end, when he returned, all of you buddies, yeah, all of you guys were dead. But if I do end up talking about Odysseus' way to Ithaca, that's another story for another video. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be talking about Epik the musical. So Epik the musical was actually inspired by the Greeks' stories, right? And there was a specific story, I think I've already told you guys this before during the mention of the Trojan War. But there is still one song that showed Penelope and Odysseus' faith for each other. Penelope had promised the suitors that she would finally let them to finally choose a suitor once she finished her sewing rope or something like that. Oh, and each night she would tour the piece of what she did. But once her trickery was discovered, all the suitors were angry. And well, they kind of forced her into having to choose a suitor. And Epik the musical told exactly that. Epik the musical, there's this one song that is actually very viral and TikTok. It was in during the eras of 2024 to 2025 or something like that. It was I will fall in love with you. Will you fall in love with me over this one? Would you fall in love with me over and over again? So that song is by George Rivera, right? So it's from Epik the musical. And the lyrics are exactly describing of Penelope finally meeting Odysseus after he returned from the Trojan War to Ithaca. So the lyrics were Penelope's, "You have my prayers, Penelope," which was Odysseus. Odysseus finally approaching Penelope, but Penelope was still doubt, and she said, "Is it really you? Have my prayers been answered?" Because she's always been praying for Odysseus to come back. "Is it really you standing there? Or am I dreaming once more?" So she has dreamt about the day when Odysseus finally returned home. "Is it really, you look different. You look different. Your eyes look tired." Of course, who wouldn't be tired? 20 years. You survived through a whirlpool. You survived through an island. You survived over a nymph trying to take you over. Because, come on, who wouldn't be tired? Your frame is lighter. Your smile is torn. You lost weight. Your smile is really torn. Is it really you, my love? And then Odysseus is like, "I am not the man you fell in love with." And because he was upset because am I really not the man that you had once adored? I am not your kind and gentle husband, and I am not the love that you knew before. Which is why the lyrics was, "Would you fall in love with me again if you knew all I've done, the things that I cannot change? Would you love me all the same? I know that you've been waiting for love." Because Penelope, can we talk about Penelope's faithfulness? She waited 20 years, guys. Can you imagine that? What? This is based on my personal commentary. If you guys want to check out the full story, you guys should go check it out. Because, oh my gosh, that story was immaculate. I loved it. And Odysseus, is my favorite mortal human. I promise you guys, it's my favorite mortal human. From the demigods from the gods to the demigods to the human or mortal humans, all of the characters in Greek mythology. If we're talking about humans, I feel like Odysseus would be my favorite. "But what kind of things did you do?" Penelope asked. And then Odysseus answered, "Left a trail of red on every island," which was in fact true because they did in fact intruded some islands during their way home because his men did not listen to his orders. Come on, what did you expect if you guys didn't listen to Odysseus? "As I treated friends like objects I could use," and he was feeling guilty because all of his men died. He felt like he was trading items objects that he could use, but in reality, they were the ones who did that to themselves. Your captain already told you, your commander already told you that you should not do this or something like that, but they still did not do what he did. "Hurt more lives than I can count on my hands. Of course, you were in war. But all of that was to bring me back to you." Because, did you guys know? He literally went to the oracle to ask, "How long would I be in war? Because I do not want to leave my city. I have a son, I have a wife." So that's why he went to the oracle to ask, how long would this war even be long taken on for? 20 freaking years. He didn't want that. No, he acted a play to make it look like he's crazy. But Palamedes, I think you guys all know damn well what Palamedes did. He proved that he was not crazy. Well, so tell me, would you fall in love with me again if you knew all I've done, the things that I can't undo? I am not the man that you knew. I know that you've been waiting and waiting. Like, guys, that song is actually kind of good. If you truly understand the lore, and oh my god, the high notes are really good. You guys should definitely listen to it, because if you truly know the lore behind the song, I think you guys really, really feel it. It's like waiting for the one that you love the most to come back to you, you know, like I mean, like, Penelope waited 20 years and Odysseus waited 20 years for the war to be done, and once he was done, he was trapped on an island and he had to go through the sea, and he went on Poseidon's bad side. Like, come on, imagine that. If that's true, could you do me a favor? That is when Penelope puts his loyalty to the test. Just a moment of labor that would bring me some peace. Just a moment of labor, just a moment of something that would bring me some peace. You see that wedding bed? Could you carry it over? Lift it high on your shoulders and take it far away from here. And then Odysseus said, How could you say that? How could you say this? I had built that wedding bed with my blood and sweat, carved it into the olive tree that when we first met, a symbol of our love everlasting. Do you realize what have you asked me? The only way to move it is to cut it from its roots. So Penelope put his husband to the test, whether if he knew that this wedding bed was made from him, specifically carved from the olive tree that they first met at, it would be confirmed that it was that was his husband. So Penelope said, only my husband knew that, so I guess that makes him you. Penelope, only my husband knew that, so I guess that makes him you. Oh my god, guys, you should check that music video out, because it genuinely was so majestic. It literally had me levitating, because oh my god, their dynamic vocals, their everything, like, oh my god, you guys should go check that out. Penelope, I will fall in love with you over and over again. I don't care how, where, or when, no matter how long it's been, you're mine. Yay! Don't tell me you're not the same person. You're always my husband, and I've been waiting for you. And then for you, how long has it been? 20 years, and then I love you. Oh my god, it's so. I love the couple, because they're both faithful for each other. Telemachus literally helped his father, and literally had help from Athena too. And I mean, like, their dynamic for their love for each other was basically amazing. I mean, come on, guys, who wouldn't love their dynamic? A wife who waited 20 years for his husband, and Odysseus, the one who literally doubted himself and like, I'm guilty. I'll admit myself as guilty, but he did not want to participate in that damn war. He literally tried to make an act or a play where he was crazy, just so that he wouldn't leave Ithaca. But well, he was discovered. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed my video. If you guys want to see more videos like this, go ahead and check out my page for more videos like this. If you have any opinions about how you think about Odysseus and the Sirens, or personally how you think of Odysseus and Penelope, go ahead and check out the comment section and comment me your opinion. I'll hear you out. Thanks for hearing me out. Stay curious and stay tuned. Bye, guys!